It's Toma time! What is going on, guys? Question number one. Where the hell did all of this Tom Aspinall hype come from? Genuinely, I need to know this. UFC 309 just happened. All Dana White and the fans in the crowd and at Media Day, all they've been talking about is Tom Aspinall. I personally, as a big UFC fan, could give less of a shit about Jones and Aspinall. What we're seeing in the UFC now that is really just like making it so much less entertaining is all these new fighters, all these up and coming new fighters that have a lot of talent, a lot of skill. It's a new age, but they're boring as fuck. Let's just put it into perspective of why I'm blown away that even Dana White is saying, if you're not fighting Aspinall, you might as well retire. We're not giving you another fight. Tom Aspinall's biggest win in the UFC is against Curtis Blaydes. Now, Curtis Blaydes, I actually like him a lot as a fighter, but this dude has lost every single fight that would have gotten him to a title shot. He does not win big fights. He always comes short. And so for Tom Aspinall's biggest win to be Curtis Blaydes, the one-dimensional wrestler who he lost to the first fight, which was an injury, but still he lost to him, then you put into that Tom Aspinall's record is 15-3. He's not even undefeated. Where is this hype coming from? Did he pay people to go to the events and shout his name and cheer him on? Why are we trying to book Jones versus Aspinall when Jones is clearly older in his career and he only has 1 or 2 fights left? Alex Pereira is the same age as Jon Jones. Are we going to do the same mistake we did with Jones and Ngannou? Miss out on a super fight, give the fight to young Aspinall who has 20 more fights left in his career. Both Alex Pereira and Jon Jones will retire in 2 years. Most definitely 2 to 3 years. Are we just gonna waste it away? Waste away. Alex Pereira probably has 2 more fights in his prime before it just starts to go downhill. And so how do you UFC fans genuinely want to see Aspinall versus Jones when you have the most aura fighter, the most entertaining knockout artist, the most capable of doing the unexpected, and Pereira, and then you have Jon Jones, the GOAT? How do you guys rather want to see an Aspinall? Aspinall. Now imagine Alex Pereira versus Jon Jones. Alex Pereira doesn't even need to say anything great in the press conferences. He doesn't even speak English. But just those two sitting on opposite sides of the press conference, that is the most aura any UFC press conferences would ever see. Now imagine a walkout. Imagine a UFC walkout between Jon Jones and Alex Pereira. You have Alex Pereira who's gonna walk out like he's gonna murder a whole tribe of children. And then you have the GOAT, Jon Jones, who's gonna walk out how he always does, and it's just so magnifying. They both step into that octagon, they stare each other down. Jon Jones is the GOAT. No one has ever been able to crack him. He's literally the fighter who people say if they lock him in a room with anyone, he walks out. Now you look on the other side, Alex Pereira staring him down for 5 minutes before they fucking square off and go at it. I am truly blown away. I don't understand the Aspinall hype. Yes, he's an up-and-comer. Yes, he's a great fighter. But this dude is not exciting to watch. Build him up more before you waste Jon Jones' last few fights with this dude. What I could not believe Dana White said in his post-fight press conference was that Jones versus Aspinall was gonna be the most selling heavyweight fight of all time. Who are these Aspinall fans? Who is he talking about? I guarantee you put Jones versus Pereira at light heavyweight, biggest light heavyweight fight ever. You put Jones versus Pereira at heavyweight, it does almost double the numbers of freaking Aspinall and Jones. So if Dana White is all about the numbers and that's what he wants to see and care about, I guarantee you're making far more money with Alex Pereira. Let's be real about the fight itself stylistically. You just saw Jon Jones take down Stipe, who's a big dude who has a wrestling base his whole career, take him down like it was nothing. Now all you guys say, oh, Aspinall's so fast, so quick, good foot movement, good awareness, everything. If they do fight and they force this down our throat with all these weird fans around the world that actually care, I pray to God Jon Jones grabs this dude and just fucking destroys him on the ground in 1 round like he did to Cyril Gane. And that could very well happen because Tom Aspinall is not seasoned. Who's taking him down? Who's actually been that dude to be so overwhelming and demanding in grappling that he can do that with? No one. Curtis Blades isn't that guy. That's the closest you'll have to Jon Jones. And if you're comparing Curtis Blades and Jon Jones, you're mentally insane. So if we're already going to see a result of Jon Jones smashing someone, you might as well use Alex Pereira's last few good years to try and use his Chama magic and KO Jon Jones. That would be the greatest spectacle in sports history. Just to put my claims into perspective of why I'm so thrown off by this all of a sudden Aspinall hype, let's just list Tom Aspinall's last 8 fights, okay? You have Alan Baudot, Andrei Arlovsky, Alexander Volkov, Sergey Spivak, Curtis Blades loss injury, Marcin Tybura, Sergey Pavlovich, and Curtis Blades. Let's compare that quickly to the last 8 fights of Alex Pereira. Sean Strickland, Israel Adesanya, Jan Blachowicz, Yuri Prochazka, Jamal Hill, Yuri Prochazka again, and Khalil Roundtree Jr. You're comparing the last 8 of 2, that's not even in the same category of competition. Not to mention, guys, the last thing I'll say is, you're either going to get auraless Tom Aspinall versus the GOAT, the legend, Jon Jones, or you're going to get the 2 most aura-filled people the UFC has ever seen in Pereira and Jon Jones fighting. I just really hope that Jon Jones chooses his personal interests over the amount of money Dana White wants to force down his throat so that he can have a new superstar at heavyweight. All of these up-and-comers have a great skill set, but they're boring as shit. I don't know if it's just me. The UFC has not felt the same lately as it used to. We used to have great fighters with great speech, great call-outs, great personalities. Now we just have great fighters with great skill set who have no aura and who are boring to listen to, just like Tom Aspinall.